Hey guys, welcome back to the DX Gamer Show. My name is OperationDx, and we are here for our second episode on Monday, April 1st, 2013. So again, welcome to the 10th episode in my Simcity Let's Play series. Let's go ahead and get started. The primary goals of this episode are to wipe out the remaining standard industry buildings, to go ahead and start up our new city for our college town, and to upgrade our infrastructure in preparation to sell power, water, and waste treatment to the city to make things easier, cheaper, and to pretty much, eliminate that initial pollution that's required for most initial startups for cities. So pretty much after this, we're going to spend one final episode in the Indie DX city, and we'll pretty much be starting on Tuesday with our college city, which is going to be great. I can't wait to start on something fresh and new. So that is going to be the next, or the second half of our SimCity videos for Tuesday. It was funny, I was talking to my buddy, and he's like, man, you've got the most boring city ever for your electronic city. I'm like, dude, I warned everybody in the first episode that it was going to be, not aesthetic and pretty much an efficiency city or whatever. So, that pretty much motivated me to make sure that the next city has some interesting features. So we'll probably spend the entire first episode laying the groundwork for the new city to make sure that it has a unique and aesthetic look to it. And for those of you that are following me along in my SimCity Let's Play, I appreciate it. Thank you. But also, if you have any questions or some areas you'd like to see me cover in SimCity, go ahead and hit me in the comments. If you've noticed, I've actually been trying to stay on top of all the comments and reply to all you guys. And I appreciate, all the nice comments about, you guys like the Let's Play and stuff. I mean, I know I can't win everybody over and that sort of thing, but I'm doing my best to make this, interesting and, entertaining and somewhat of a quality Let's Play. And let me go ahead and address one of the other concerns is, some of you wanted to see longer episodes for my SimCity Let's Play, but you've got to kind of understand that I'm doing a very focused play here, and I outline each objective in the beginning of the episode to try to, give you an idea of what this episode is going to be like and what is going to happen during this episode. Yes, they're kind of short, but they're very focused, and they give you that, if you're not familiar with the game, they're really kind of giving you a step-by-step, almost kind of like tutorial type thing to where you can see how these things would benefit you if you tried these things in your city. I'm not saying I'm perfect, and, I'm not, I don't know everything about the game or whatever, but, I've learned enough along my travels, like I said before in the first episode. And hopefully this is helpful, and I really hope it's entertaining to you guys to watch this Let's Play. So let's go ahead and flip up the budget screen one more time and kind of see how things are going on down. So look at that monthly transaction report, 1.5 million for two. Yeah, we're killing it. We're killing it. Pretty much the plastic is our only negative, but everything is such a high positive that it's not going to be an issue. And we are most likely going to be going into a negative budget this episode because we are going to start laying the groundwork and stuff that is pretty much going to run us there. And of course, that hospital is going to kill us. I'm probably going to do that for the final episode, which will be a tying up loose ends type of episode where we just make sure everything's running clean before we move on, because we need to come back to this later, as I've explained, for the great project. Here's another one of those cool things I like, but you can kind of see they don't always take the best path. Now, if this was a high traffic area, if that loop you just saw that bus do, it would have been stuck in traffic forever. And that's one of the problems that happens in your high-density cities. And, this isn't exclusive to services like the school. I mean, everything seems to do it, like the regular traffic, the fire trucks, the police and the garbage trucks. Everything seems to do it. And say you've got a fire in your city, right now, look at up that higher traffic area. If a fire truck was to loop around that area twice, it would be devastating, because that building that was started on fire or whatever, how they kind of start up on fire and then they go to full fire, and if they can't get to them in a certain time, the building pretty much becomes abandoned and you have to demolish it or whatever. And that's what tends to happen in super high density cities, and that's why I was hoping that the traffic would be patched, because that's it's totally destructive to your city. And for me, I was having the worst luck because I was actually having disaster after disaster. Speaking of which, this is our first disaster. Man, I really hope this doesn't do a ton of damage. Fortunately, it looks like it's going to be probably in an area of the city where it's not going to do damage to our special buildings. There's a possibility it may hit one of my... it better not hit my consumer electronics city. I'll be angry. Oh, it almost hit my mine. That... Okay, it looks okay. I'm going to check it. Oh, is the mine okay? People can die, that's okay, but the mine... Is the mine good? Yeah, mine's good. I'm just kidding. So yeah, here we are, first disaster, and with that particular disaster, there's some things that you've got to look out for. That one has a bad habit of depositing radiation on your territory, and fortunately, we're checking the radiation map right now. We actually didn't get any radiation in our city, which would have just pissed me off to no end. So here is the secondary negative effect with that particular disaster. If you notice, the two regions that got hit by that disaster no longer have any water in it. It will completely dry your landscape of water. I actually had a city that got hit by so many of those meteor strikes that it wiped out almost the entire area of water in the entire landscape. It is ridiculous. Like, I don't like that particular one. Now, I'm okay with disasters, but I'm not okay with them when you have finite resources to work with, or they can deposit something on your city that cannot be cleaned up. Now, pollution, dilutes over time, and, it's no big deal. In fact, I think you can place trees down to, help alleviate the ground pollution in a particular area, but radiation is a whole other story altogether. Your town is ruined. You're not going to sit there and play your town for, a month straight to try to get rid of that radiation. So, and that's again why I say I'll never build the nuclear power plant, because I'll never want to take that risk to irradiate my landscape. I consider that a complete total loss of your city, that's pretty much unacceptable. As far as disasters go in general, it's really not too big deal. They're manageable usually in this game, but I'm just kind of one of those people that always played SimCity 4 or the previous ones with that random disaster thing unchecked, so they would never happen in my city, because I'm more of the creative type. I like just to do the building and stuff. I get my kicks off of making the city, not destroying it. And see, I don't know with the whole thing about the random disasters and the frequency. I don't know if it's because this city's particularly doing so well in money that they got to stifle you and kick you down a notch. I don't know if that's kind of how they're triggered or what, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go and start our next city, and we'll come back here, let things rebuild, and build back up after that disaster. Those areas were more high density anyways, they'll probably build immediately back up, so it's really not going to be a big deal. It didn't hit any of my special buildings, so again, not really a big deal. That's going to build back up. I'll have fires in my city for a little while, but yeah, let's go ahead and we're going to claim this other plot of land. And like I said, I like this particular region because it has this nice curved road in the side there, and that's actually going to help with doing a more aesthetic looking city. And yeah, so we're just starting this up basically. We're going to name it, let's see, how about we call it Crystal Valley. I should give it, I should have called it something university, but no, we're just going to call it Crystal Valley for now. Maybe we'll rename it later, but we're going to go ahead and just hop right back into OperationDx and continue on. Okay, so we've met two of the current objectives for this particular episode, which we wiped out the rest of the standard industry and we started up the next city. Finally, we're going to go ahead and finish off by placing extra utility stuff. So we're going to go ahead and place an additional power plant, and we're going to upgrade the power and water treatment. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So it's kind of nice we actually didn't build those extra mines and smelting facilities, because we've got a bit of a surplus here on power, and one fully upgraded coal power plant should be sufficient for our college town. So I mean, that's kind of a good thing in itself. That way, this city's going to be incurring all the costs basically for power, just slightly more And then we'll upgrade our pumps, and we'll probably, you know, we might have a waste treatment plant or a pumping station in the other city if it gets too overstressed from this one, but no big deal. You know, alleviating just like a few of these services for the other city just makes it that much more relaxed. On top of that, a more relaxed budget, and you know, that opens up a lot of like creative possibilities as far as like doing aesthetic type things. Of course, you know, we're gonna have to keep an eye on the budget. We don't want to sit in a negative budget in our college town, but you know, we'll get that all balanced out, just like we did with this city. So yeah, we're floating pretty good right now at this point in the negative budget because of that power plant I just placed down, and we were already getting kind of low because of all the other specializations that were placed. And you know, if it gets too bad for, you know, transporting to the Great Works site, we can probably turn off the trade specialization because we're really not using it right now. But yeah, that is pretty much the meat of this episode, you guys. Thank you for watching another episode of the DX Gamer Show and my SimCity Let's Play. I'll see you guys Tuesday for the next episode of my SimCity playthrough. Have a great one and take care.